not just. Oh. It's already in here. Oh, great. Let's go ahead and video. Okay. Is it working now? I don't know if it's working. We'll find out if it's working or not. Anyway, hello. Welcome to the House of Shalom Bible Study. I'm the pastor who doesn't need an introduction, so I'm not going to introduce myself. You know me. Anyway, I want to start this message off with Acts 1:8, the New International Version. He said to them, well, maybe in 1:17, the disciples asked Jesus, are you going to set up your kingdom now? On earth now? 1:8, he said to them, it is not for you to know the times or dates the Father has set by his own authority. By the way, hi you guys on YouTube and you on Facebook and all of you. Anyway, he was not just talking about his return. Jesus was not just talking about when he was coming back, set up his kingdom on earth. No, no way. He was talking about anything. When you pray for something, God doesn't want you to put him in the box. Say, "Oh, I want this by this time." No, timing is up to God. When you pray, you better be leaving timing up to God, because sometimes it might be instant. Sometimes it might take 30 years or more. I know when I prayed for my Toyota Camry, I prayed for it about 30 years ago. And I just had to have faith, believe, and confess that he's given it to me. As I confess it, not for his sake, not for God's sake, for my sake. I confess it to keep to keep me in mind of what God had already promised. That's why I confess it, and that I received it. And also, for Jesus coming, when Adam fell, in the fall of Adam, in the fall of Adam, God said, "Hey, Jesus," he said, "the man is coming." He didn't say his name. He said, "A man is coming, born of a woman, who will crush the head of Satan's, crush the head of his snake, which was Satan, but you will bruise his heel." Now that's not a quote, but it's found in Genesis, I think Genesis 3, something around it. I forget the exact verse. But anyway, 1 Peter 3:8, the New International Version. Peter was talking, said, but do not forget this one thing difference. With the Lord, 1,000 years, with the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. Now, yes, he was saying there that God's timing is not our time, but also he wasn't limiting it to 1,000 years. No, he wasn't saying, "Oh, you take a day, it's 1,000 years to God," or a day with God is 1,000 years to man. That's kind of going back and forth, doubling. But it's also millions of years. I mean, could be millions of years. No. We don't know, and who am I to tell you what it is? I don't know myself. But I think you could figure it out. So anyway, I think that you could figure out that you don't need to know. I mean, how long has it been since God made that first promise of the one who crushed Satan's head? How long was that promise? Since that promise until Jesus came? Thousands and thousands of years. It could have been a few days for God, but they happened to us thousands of years. And did you know many people, they turned away from the faith. They didn't believe it anymore. They were tired of waiting. But hey, and they fell into sin. And hey, God was so patient with them because God sent Jesus, merciful. Uh, so anyway, you would think the Pharisees and Sadducees and all that, you'd think that they believed. But no, they didn't believe either. Because when Jesus came, they said, well, when he comes, he was there right in front of them. But they didn't see it. Because they were thinking, they thought they'd do something else. They thought, well, maybe God went this way, maybe God went that way. No, God didn't specify what he would come do, except for crushing the head of Satan. In other words, freeing us from sin, from the grasp of sin. And that's what he did. He wasn't here to free us from anything but the grasp of sin. Slavery from sin. That's what Jesus freed us from. That's what he came to free us from. That's what was promised. They didn't need to add anything more to it, which they did. So there has been much concern about this. Some sat oh no. Yeah, some thought since God created the world in 6 days, well, according to what Peter said, it could have been 6,000 years, could have been 6 million years, Could have been 6 billion years. No, hey, doesn't say anything. But God created the earth after prehistoric times. I'd say you could think that because when God started, it was history. It was His story, and history was made. Now there were probably maybe prehistoric times. I don't know. That's just something I thought about, something you can think about, and could explain a lot. Uh, Steadfast Niner, the Torah, has 1 or 2 pages in it in the beginning that tells you about that. Hey, that's between Genesis 1:1 and 1:2. That's it. But anyway, you'll have to get that book online. It's the only way to get it, but it's worth it, I think. Uh, it just puts the Bible in plain, easy language that anyone could understand. So it's just Bible just tells you what it says. So anyway, they thought since God created the earth in 6 days, uh, well, talking about Sabbath, since God created the earth in 6 and He rested on the seventh, He didn't do any work on one day. He didn't say we have to do that. He copied him. He said, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. That's all He said about the Sabbath. Keep it holy. Too many people that they're thinking now that, oh, we can't work on the Sabbath. No, just keep it holy. Set it apart, in other words. Set it apart. Keep it holy. Okay, now, Proverbs 3:5, the New International Version. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not onto your own understanding. Okay, now I've seen this many times. No one would actually say that they've got to do it themselves, but that's what they're thinking. They're saying, "Oh, I trust God with all my heart." Then they start doing it themselves. They're saying, "Oh, I'm trusting God," while they're doing it, while they're paying loads of money for something which they don't have to spend loads of money for. If they trust God, God will take care of it. You might have to end up spending a little money, but God will give you that money too. He will take care of it. And you say you trust God all the way, but then you do something stupid, which God would have you. God would do something else and stuff like that. And see, like I gave my word many years ago. I said, God, I'm not going to take any drugs for more than 2 weeks. Any pill for more than 2 weeks. Doctors are trying to tell me, "No, you can change that." It's been 30 years, so what? That's my word. I mean, each sweats without hurting, change not. I think that's Psalm 115. So, but I'm going to trust God to take care of it. They said, oh, your blood pressure's high. You're going to have to take this medicine all your life. I said, no. I said, I trust God. Guess what? My blood pressure's back down to normal. because I trusted God. I didn't take that drug. He's going drugs all my life. Well, trust God. They told me I'd probably have to be on dialysis for my kidneys. I said, no, I trust God. So I went on hospice. They told me they told my pastor I should die in November. Guess what? I'm still here. I'm feeling fine. As they say in Ireland, I'm grand. I'm grand. So I've got to trust God in whatever I do. Trust God. Let Him see you through it. Now, a while ago, this happened to me a while ago. I went to the hospital, and actually, this was before my surgery. I went to the hospital, came home. I was 6 foot tall, and but I came home and I weighed only 121 pounds. Now my belt was at its tightest, and it was falling off. That's how skinny I was, and I was way underweight. I said, God, I got to gain weight, and I got to gain it now. Well, there's the time thing. I got to gain it now. No, I wasn't trusting God. I was eating like a horse, and I was making myself sick. I wasn't gaining an ounce. I was making myself sick. One night, I filled my plate up double full. It was double full, and I went into the living room to eat, and sat down. And God said, "You are being a glutton." I said, "Whoa!" Kind of sat me back in my chair, in my seat. I said, "I know, Lord, I repent. What do I do?" He said, "You take it easy on the food. Still keep up your exercise." I was walking 3 miles a day because I like to. And I'll lift my weights, walking 3 miles a day and stuff like that. Well, I liked it. He said, you take it easy on the food. Eat less. Eat less. To gain weight, eat less and keep up the exercise. To gain weight? Now, whoever heard that? That's not right. That's definitely not my understanding. Not anyone's understanding. You don't lose weight while eating less and exercising a lot. You don't. But he said, trust me and I'll take care of the weight. So I told him what weight I want to be. Excuse me. I didn't tell him when I wanted to be that weight. I told him what weight I wanted to be. In 3 weeks, I was that weight. I was that weight I wanted to be. That's a major miracle, I think. You can do that with losing weight too. You can do that with taking the weight off, losing it. I mean, I went into with a double high plate of food, separated in 2 plates. It's 2 dinners, and well, I trusted the Lord, and He came through. Yes, He came through. He told me what to do. It sounded really weird, really awesome, really weird, not according to my own understanding. I trust Him, and He took care of it. I gained 30 pounds in 3 weeks. Now, you just don't do that in the natural. Now, eating less and exercising. That's how I lose weight in the natural. But you don't do that and gain weight. That's totally ridiculous. But I did. That was God. That was God. You can do that to gain weight too. To gain weight or lose weight, trust God. Trust the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. He might tell you to do something that's totally off the wall. Totally. You don't understand why he tell you to do that. It doesn't make sense. But trust him. Do what he tells you to do. And don't put him in a box. And he will take care of it. He will take care of it. So anyway, God bless and no worries. Just trust God and pray in tongues. Bye.